Most of you know that I really like to make different types of bread, and I got this recipe to make Ossetian or Ossetian bread. This is a flat bread with a filling. The filling can be, most of the time it's cheese and some greens in it. Let's do the filling later and make the dough and leave to prove. So for this recipe I'm using about 500 grams bread flour, 20 grams sugar, 7 grams instant dry yeast, 3 grams salt, 2 eggs and 60 milliliters warm water, about half a cup to 1 cup yogurt or sour cream and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So let's start doing it. So into a mixer with the dough hook attached, add the warm water. Into that add the sugar. Dissolve the sugar in the water. The temperature of the water should be around 30 to 40 degrees. And into that sprinkle the yeast on top and leave it to prove. If the yeast is very good quality, it start activating as soon as possible. And now it is ready. Now I'm going to add the eggs into it. Then add half of the flour. Start mixing. While mixing, add the sour cream. You can add from half a cup to 1 cup of sour cream or even yogurt. Now add the salt and a bit more flour. Now add a bit more flour. Always make sure to get all the flour into the mixture. This is a bit different from making the bread. Now going to add more flour and keep on kneading this about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to add the oil now. You can add any kind of oil for this. I'm adding olive oil. Once it is ready, the dough should be like this. I'm going to leave this in the same bowl and leave it in a warm place to double in size. Let's do the rest of the recipe now. I'm going to fill the pies with some greens and cottage cheese. You can do with any filling. The recipe that I'm going to do, different types of greens that I picked from my garden. Some rocket leaves, some chives, spinach and some silver beet. 2 tablespoons Parmesan cheese. This is optional if you don't want to add any. And about a tablespoon of mayonnaise. 1 tub cottage cheese, 500 grams. Salt and pepper. 1 onion and some garlic, always up to your taste. So let's start doing this. First, into a food processor, add the garlic and the onion and process the onion and the garlic. After, leave it aside. Next, get the chopping board and chop the greens finely. Now let's cook the greens. For that, put a pan on the stove and add about a tablespoon or 2 oil into that. When the oil is hot, add the onion and the garlic. Stir fry the onion and the garlic about 1 minute. Into that, add the salt and the pepper. When the onions are translucent, add the greens bit by bit and cook with the onions until there is no liquid. When you cook the greens, make sure that you keep the colors. If not, it will go like black. Now add the cottage cheese. Check the salt and pepper level after adding the Parmesan cheese. Add the Parmesan cheese. You can add any kind of a cheese as you wish. So the dough is ready. Put some flour onto the bench and put the dough onto the bench. Press down. After, cut the dough into equal parts. So make balls out from that and leave it on the bench side. Roll it to a round shape. After, get a spoonful of the mix and put in the middle and press the ends. Make sure to seal the ends thoroughly. Press down slowly. You can do this in the pan or in the oven too. Slowly press down without breaking the dough. Going to leave it aside and do the next one. Now it's the time to cook the pies. Put some oil into a pan, brush it all over, and then put the prepared pie on top and slowly press it down, and make sure to cook it on a low heat and press from the top, and then brush some oil on top too. Adding butter onto this will give extra flavor too. So cook on both sides until golden brown. After, using a spatula, put it to the other side and cook on that side too until golden brown. So let's cut one and see how it looks like. It's really soft, and you can cut this into little triangles and serve this with a nice dip or tomato sauce or chutney. Hope you will enjoy this. Thank you for watching.